Happy Monday, everybody.
Happy
Happy
Monday.
Happy Monday.
What
Happy
is
Monday,
everyone
everyone.
been up to?
Sipping on a pina colada. I got
What?
no worries in the world right now.
Oh gosh.
No worries. Okay.
No worries. Goals, Mata. That's goals.
I'll drink to that.
Except yesterday, our ash was over, and I don't know what happened, but my tongue hurts. I don't know if I bit down on my tongue. You know, tequila shots were
What does
involved.
that have to do? What does that have to do with me being over there?
It was just the
You
know,
definitely
the
influenced
The
the
peer
drink.
pressure. You did
There you
something.
go.
That pressure.
What did you do to our Patron Queen, huh? What did you do?
Listen.
I don't know, but it
was-
hurts to talk right now.
It was the Patron Maestro himself, Mata's father,
Oh.
who, before I even sat down, I had 3 shots of tequila.
Oh my
Before I
god.
even sat down.
Yeah, it was a time.
Yeah.
I was seeing a lot of tequila being wasted into that pool.
Yeah, we
Okay.
finished
I don't
3
understand why
bottles.
people holding it 8 feet in the air.
It's the effect. It's the theatrical effects. You ever been to Senior Frogs in the Bahamas where
Well,
they do the little
They
shot,
have
the
the
$5
stout, the
shot?
little stout though.
They had the spout. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's a smooth
precision.
pour.
Oh, you're right. But
That
whatever.
was
It's the
flying in the
theatric.
wind.
But listen, that tequila got in my nose.
Oh.
Okay. You know how much that burns?
Hey, at least you
Okay.
won't have Corona.
It's a good
Yeah, that's
time.
true.
Yeah.
Whenever I had to clean it all out.
It'll flush it all out. There you go.
It's been a week. I'm still drinking.
That mixed with the chlorine.
So yeah, what's everybody else drinking today? What's our noosh? What's everybody's noosh?
Our noosh this week is, we need a close-up moment, of course.
Presenting the noosh of the week.
Dun, 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 dun. We have pina
Piña colada.
colada.
Well-
I'm already halfway done with mine.
So like I said, I've had a day.
I have as well. Honestly, Arash, I'm not gonna lie. Usually, I'm very cheery, but I've had a week. Okay,
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah. So I couldn't procure ingredients for a pina colada. So I'm against the grain once again. I have tequila and some lemonade.
As if yesterday wasn't enough.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Interesting
My
combination.
my friend, you choose lemonade after we had noosh as our lemonade as noosh last week. Now you want to put some lemonade in your cup?
Listen,
You're going all
that's just the way it
backwards.
went down. That's just the
Arash
way-
is catching up slowly. He's
So
That's
okay. So
you know what?
okay.
This week I am also with you. I didn't have coconut milk or anything, so I'm drinking straight pineapple and ice. So
all right.
got
So
you.
what? Pina colada is what? Rum, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of rum
Rum.
do you guys is in your drink?
so since the rum didn't necessarily fit my macros.
Oh my
This
god.
is a virgin colada, pineapple chunk. I had coconut milk with the coconut water. Got the little
Double.
umbrella to go with today's theme, today's topic.
Oh my
So we're
God,
in
and
tropical
Arta-
vibes, my friend. Tropical vibes.
And Arta made the most entertaining little tutorial on how he made his pina colada. You guys, it'll be up on our Instagram by the time this is posted, so definitely check it out. It's hilarious, you guys. Matt and Arash haven't seen it, but it's so
No.
funny.
I'm
Check it out
ready.
on TikTok.
Let's
Make
say
it go
it's
viral.
very on brand, everybody. Very on brand here.
Wouldn't be me.
I
if
added
didn't
one
do
of those Moschino, what do they call them? Those red cherries to
Yes,
mine, but
yeah.
it sunk to the bottom. So we'll
Oh.
get there.
it. Question:
What kind of
Can
rum do
you
you have?
tie the cherry stem with your tongue?
Yeah. I remember once summer I was in Iran and they they have cherries that grow on the trees.
So provocative in Iran. Ooh.
And
Oh.
just wait till you hear the stories later on. But yeah, I spent a whole summer trying to perfect that.
Practice.
I feel like it's so
all the aunts and uncles like, come here, tongue the cherry tie. What is
no,
this?
they'll probably be like, Matt has really been going to the garden a lot lately. She's out there every day picking cherries for us, coming
I
back with
think
bowls
she's
of
eating the cherry backwards. We're not sure if she knows how to eat the cherry.
Oh my gosh.
So, Mata, what kind of rum do you have in your pina colada?
I don't really know. It's
Or is
something
it
my dad
leftover
had.
yesterday's tequila?
What's up?
Is it leftover tequila from yesterday?
No.
There is
No,
no
I
leftover
didn't.
tequila.
No.
Leftover
But-
tequila doesn't exist at Matta's house. Listen, guys.
No,
that's
we
all I'm
finished
saying.
3 bottles last night.
And we're talking about wide bodies, like the big
3.
bottle.
Like
there
the
was
big body
2
one,
of the,
yeah.
normal size, and there was one of those king size. Yeah,
Right.
gone. There was 15 people, and half of them don't.
And I
even
think only 8 were
so.
drinking.
Yeah, only 4 were drinking. To be realistic.
Okay.
That's more than
okay.
I thought. I would say maybe 4 was
To put it
drinking.
in
No,
perspective.
no, come on. All of us were drinking. I think there was probably like 7 or 8 people drinking by my
Yeah.
math.
All right. Well, in honor of the tequila never being saved at Mata's house, let's cheers our noosh this week, as always.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Look at this blind.
And for the record, I have Espolon tequila in my drink.
I took your recommendation on that a few months ago, and I still have that tequila. It's so good.
Smooth, right?
It's very
Smooth,
smooth.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm also, the first tequila shot I ever had was Patron. And then after that, when I actually would have normal tequila at restaurants, I was like, this is not what I'm used to.
Gross.
Yeah, you can't just ask for tequila at a bar or a restaurant. You have to tell them the brand.
Well, I did the tastings, at like the Mexican
okay.
restaurants, you do the tasting. So I went with one of my coworkers and she wanted to do a tasting. And I was like, all of this like taste, I couldn't even drink it. And I was like, I think
Well, after a while, you just start getting numb.
Well, also, I think I just started off on the wrong foot. Like, starting with Patron as your first tequila is probably the wrong move.
Yeah.
Because then I can't do anything else. But the
I have an opinion on Patron. Patron is good for shots.
Yeah.
I don't think it's good to make a mixed drink of Patron. You could, but I think that you could get a better tequila for a mixed drink.
Go
I
ahead.
have a confession, and I said it yesterday, and everyone looked at me like I had 10 heads. But for some reason, when I take tequila shots, it goes down like actual water. Like, I don't really like have a taste to it to be like, I don't know what's wrong.
I feel the same way with Patron on that. Like, it doesn't sting or anything. Like, obviously I need the lime after because I'm not that strong, but it doesn't sting. It just feels like water.
No salt, no limes. I don't know. I think it's just because it doesn't taste like anything.
That's an acquired taste.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Also, the whole thing with the shot is that it doesn't linger. You just like throw it back and that's it.
That's why I like it.
Right. You can't slow with a shot or else it's gonna hurt. You gotta just throw it
You gotta
back.
take it slow
Right back
sometimes,
at
baby.
ya.
You gotta take it slow.
Speaking of shots.
I've had a stressful week.
Matt has already
Ron,
done
you've
with
had
a
a
drink.
week?
We didn't even start the show yet.
Arta, I know you have some type of injury that you're nursing back
Yes,
to health.
okay. You know what? I'll just say it. I reached into the drawer to grab a knife, and when I pulled back my hand, one of the blades was facing upwards, and I just ran across it. Got cut.
Ouch.
Oh my god, that's so strange. I got that. I don't know if you can see it, but I cut
Oh, I can see
myself
it.
last night on something. I
gash.
don't know what it was.
Wait, let me see. Hold on. How bad is? Oh my God, Mata, what did you do?
I think it was that drawer where the gas tank was in. The
Maybe.
propane tank was in.
Were you guys drinking that too?
What the hell happened
Did
yesterday?
the Patron run out, so you started taking shots of propane?
I don't know,
Yes.
but I woke up and my like tongue hurts and like I went to go put hand sanitizer on today because I was out of the store. And
When I got home last night, I did not drive, by the way, for everybody thinking. I wasn't drunk. I was pretty tipsy. And so that in that mindset, I had the wherewithal to pop 2 Tylenols and put 2 bottles of water next to my bed. So that way when I woke up, I don't have a headache and I
Okay.
could get hydrated very quickly.
Okay.
So,
Do you ever do the Pedialyte trick? Ever?
yeah, of course.
Really? I've never.
I've never had Pedialyte. I'm still like under the assumption it's for babies and will remain for babies.
Yeah.
Same. That's why when I see people drinking it and they're like, "This is."
Oh, they'll chug it. Like
Yeah?
Vinny,
Oh,
my
no.
best friend, she buys the Pedialyte popsicles and we'll just suck on those all day after a
No,
hungover.
listen, like when if it's like a rough morning from a rough night, which those are few and far between, thank God.
Like the February incident we're talking about here.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The
but yeah.
February incident that shall not be named.
Listen, but I'll tell you that time, Pedialyte could not have saved me
Oh yeah.
Honestly, Arash, I don't know what could have saved you that time.
because I had 2 Pedialytes the next day.
You did?
I did, and I
Okay.
still felt the effects of everything that happened for
Yeah.
like 3 days.
It didn't even happen to me, and I felt the effects, so don't worry.
Yeah.
I've
So,
never
but
had a
moving along-
Pedialyte or like a Tylenol or anything.
Listen,
But I also don't really get headaches.
I think I needed an IV.
But you're
Okay,
still young.
legitimate.
Enjoy while you can.
Right. So we've all had a stressful week. I know I need a vacation. I know
Mhm.
all of you need a vacation.
I would love a
Been a while.
vacation.
So I kind of want to dig into some of them. I know we did a vacation episode, but I think that was more of your last vacation that you went on.
It was different, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to dig in this week about the funniest incident you've had on a vacation.
Okay.
I want to know how old you were.
Oh,
Ob-
God.
Obviously where it was, okay? And what were the direct or indirect consequences of your actions? Or
Wait,
other
like
person's
funniest or like craziest be in there too?
I mean, I
whatever.
kind of have like a horror one too, so we can really just.
Okay.
What was that with your sister in Paris?
No, that's funny. But we had another incident where I really thought we were in some like horror movie, like shit was about to go down.
So let's
like,
get into it. Let's get into it. Armand, start us off.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, go right
Oh,
there.
you want me to start it? Okay.
Yeah.
Have at it.
I wouldn't say it's the craziest, but I'll start it off. So it was three summers ago. My family and I were going to Chicago, and we decided to book a 7 a.m. flight, and then we would get there at 10 a.m. and which is 9 a.m. Chicago time. So we literally have a whole day to start off the vacation, right? So the morning already started off on the worst note possible. Okay, we all wake up. And we're late to the airport per usual. You know, we run on PST, Persian Standard Time. And then we get to so you guys know how like the Fort Lauderdale airport is like super confusing when
It is
splits?
not super confusing.
It's so confusing.
It is not. It is
The new
simplest
airport, I
airport
have to
walking.
say, is terrific.
Which one?
What new airport?
Like the new addition that they added to the Fort
Oh.
Lauderdale.
Hold on. What airline was this?
American.
Okay.
So, okay, it's confusing because when you want to go to the airport, there's like different signs to like another highway or Dania Beach or Federal Highway, whatever.
Oh, you're not talking about the actual airport. You're talking about the entrance
No.
into the airport.
Yes,
Oh,
correct.
okay, yeah.
Even though
My
that's
bad.
not even complicated either. But okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
you know what? It was complicated.
But
When
we'll give it benefit of doubt. It was super early. Maybe
it
they
was
didn't get enough
5
sleep.
a.m. It was
Yeah,
5
Okay,
a.m.
fine.
Give it
Fair
better.
enough.
Fine.
We'd been up since
A
3
little
a.m.
dark out, you
Yeah.
know.
Thank you. We were exhausted. My father was driving, so that's a whole nother story. And like he is the type of person where you need to like step by step, like ahead of the GPS, tell him where he needs to go multiple times. So whatever, we're going and we booked this parking garage to leave our car in when we're gone. And the parking garage, like the road we were supposed to take was closed. So then we had to take that split highway part where it goes to the beach one side and another.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to this intersection and the GPS keeps saying turn left, but there was a train passing by and we couldn't turn left. So what do? We turn right and we're like, okay, the GPS will
Do the whole
reroute.
thing over again.
It made us go around the entire airport all the way, the 15 minutes, come back, same thing happens again. The train is still there and we can't move. Long story short, we made it to our flight literally 5 minutes before they closed the gates. So that was like a whole situation itself. We get on the flight, everyone's ready to go.
I assume everybody packed light, right?
Again, we're Persian and we're Persian girls, so that doesn't really exist. Okay.
So now I know
One
why your dad
suitcase was
couldn't
just
figure
the
out
shoes and
GPS.
makeup.
Yeah, my mom and I had one suitcase of shoes, purses, and makeup, and then we had each of our carry-ons of like just
How
outfits.
many days was this going to be for?
It was 7 days.
Oh.
That's understandable.
Yeah, so it's
I'll allow it.
we had like 5-6 suitcases. So yeah.
What?
Like no carry-ons,
Huh?
carry-ons,
Oh, okay.
carry-ons. We had one big suitcase and then
Did you
4
say Chicago or Iran?
Yeah, I was like, I don't think you even bring that many to.
No, it was Chicago. So we get on the plane and we bought our tickets like a week before the flight. So we were in like the second to last row. And obviously, of course, the last row behind us is this single mom with her 2 teenage kids.
Oof.
And I'm telling you guys, 7 a.m., this girl, she was 18. I guess she was about to go to college. Like that was her summer before college. And they were going to Chicago to just like hang out with their friends with their mom. This girl, when I tell you guys, the entire flight would not stop talking to her mom about college. But like when I tell you she had the most high-pitched voice, it was like nails on a freaking chalkboard, okay? It was so incredibly annoying. Whatever, they're seated behind us. We take off. We notice that it's like 9:30. We're supposed to land, and the plane starts circling. And this is where I freak out, okay?
Okay, PSA. Armand is absolutely terrified of flying.
Terrified. Like
I've seen
anxiety,
it firsthand.
Really?
nose.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Imagine going on an international flight with this girl. I mean,
Yeah, I don't eat, I don't sleep. I don't sleep the week before. I have nightmares about the planes crashing and then I cry on the I'm like a very bad but I try to keep it inside my head so other people can't see that I'm anxious.
Although
Anyway,
the chances of you getting in a car crash are higher than a plane falling out of the sky.
I know, but still, I can't. I don't
The
know.
whole concept of being in a cylinder metal
Tube
thing
with nothing
flying
to.
500 miles an hour, 5 miles up.
And then I start thinking
6 miles
about
up.
what if the engine breaks? What if the pilot is like in the bathroom and something happens and he's like too busy peeing to figure out that we're gonna crash? I think of like everything, but whatever. So we're circling, and then the pilot goes, "The weather is really bad. We can't land, and we're running out of fuel. So we're trying to figure out what to do."
He said that? He said we're running out of fuel?
Yes.
Why would you tell the passengers that?
And I'm like, "Excuse me, what?"
Well,
And
honesty is the best policy here.
you guys, I was freaking out because our day already started so terribly. And I was like, this is it. We're going to die. Like, we're crashing. Like,
You should have missed the flight.
that's what I said. I was like, the reason that we kept circling around the airport was because we were supposed to miss the flight and we didn't. Now we're going to die. And all I wanted was to see Chicago and the tigers at the zoo. Like, that's it.
Well, you're going to see Chicago, all right, very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly. So we're circling. We circle for about 30 minutes. And then the pilot goes, "Okay, so we're going to go land in Minnesota." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he goes, "Yeah, we contacted like Minneapolis. Where is St.
Yeah,
Paul with the
Minneapolis
famous
and-
bridge? Is that
Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's
Yeah.
similar Miami, Fort Lauderdale concept.
Yeah, okay. So he's like, we're gonna go land there because the weather's not that bad there. So we fly all the way over there. And at this point,
I have a question.
Yeah.
This was in the summer, you said, right?
Yeah.
It was just a bad thunderstorm, not like a snowstorm or anything.
No. It was a thunderstorm. It was like really bad.
Yeah.
And we had Wi-Fi on the plane, so we were looking at it, and it was like a never-ending map of like rain and lightning. It was really bad. So it obviously was bad enough to land that we didn't. So we go to St. Paul. We land there. At this point, they've only given us water and a pack of cookies. And now it's like past noontime, so everyone's starving because we've been up since 3 a.m.
So, so did you guys stay on the plane while in Minnesota?
Yes, we stayed on the plane. Everyone was complaining. I started tweeting American Airlines because we didn't have food. We didn't have anything. And they wouldn't even give us vouchers for food. They didn't give us anything after. They didn't let us get off the plane. And there was a 7-month pregnant lady on our flight sitting next to us. And she was like, "My family lives in Chicago. Once a month, I take the 7 a.m. flight and then I take the 5 p.m. flight back. I just go check on my old parents in Chicago and then come back home."
Aww.
You guys, we landed in Chicago at 4:30 in the afternoon. We were on that plane for like 9 hours nonstop. We never got off.
You could have gone to Europe and called it, in the same.
That's what I'm saying. It was
Well, how was Chicago?
Chicago was great, but getting there was not good. But I'm Iruni, so I called American immediately when we got off, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
What did you guys get?
I pushed back our flights one day, so we got an extra day in Chicago, which was good. That's like all they would give us because they said it's the weather's fault, but they wouldn't.
Yeah, when it's the weather, they don't really do anything for you.
So that was that. But it was
Hold on.
funny because we had these two guys on the plane, and apparently they were like some well-known DJs, or so they thought themselves. They had like a few hundred followers, and they were like, "Yeah, we're flying from Miami to Chicago. We have a gig at a club tonight. We're like DJing for a major club in Chicago." These people pull out their turntables and computers while we're sitting on the plane in Minneapolis. And
DJ.
yeah, they started DJing. They started blasting music.
That's
The flight
cute.
attendants started to dance in the aisles, and like everyone got up and started dancing in their seats. Like
Did they play any Baba Karam?
No, they didn't play, but I asked them to, but they didn't. They only had like mainstream music.
Preset.
But, yeah,
So Baba Karam. Will someone want to explain that one?
it's
No?
I don't know how to explain
I'm
it.
gonna be honest with you. I don't really know the true English translation of
Well,
that.
it was basically this old man.
I'm deaf, Dad. Baba Karam. A deaf
Right? Okay, that's
Like-
that's literally.
Oh, is that
literal
what it is?
translation.
No, it's not.
I didn't even think of it like that.
might
That's
be.
interesting,
I
Mata.
didn't either.
But basically, it's an old school Iranian dance where only men generally just dance that one, right? Women can dance it too, but I think it's
Women can do it, but I think when women do it, they're like, "Oh, that person's like a really strong, like how do you say, like Goldor woman, like very like
a strong
control.
independent woman.
strong, keeps her own, and she's like tough enough to go in front of all the men and dance."
It's a
with
very
dance.
slow moving dance that requires.
Is it with like if you are wearing like a coat or something? You throw
Yeah,
it
you
up
gotta
your
wear the
shoulder
coat. You wear the coat, but you
A
don't put
hat.
the arms in the
and a
sleeve.
top hat.
It just like hangs over you.
You're
No, it's a
supposed to
bowler
look
hat.
like the old Persian, like not like mafia men,
Mafia,
but
I
like,
was gonna say
they
mafia.
like definitely were in some sketch.
But like the not the I don't want to say
Like a
thugs
hitman.
either, but the dudes you didn't want to mess with back in the day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The one
Okay.
that had mob ties. Whatever.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, a hitman.
yeah,
Okay.
Forearms the size of tree trunks.
exactly.
They used to
So-
work out with those like I don't even know what they call them.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you know what you're talking about.
Those like thick wooden.
Yeah.
With
They
the
still do that till this day, by the way.
Yeah,
zurkhune, at a zurkhune, that's what it was called.
those are cool.
So
So
you had fun. So you had fun in Chicago. It was
I had
hell
fun in
getting there.
that was my story. Like I said, it wasn't really like a funny. It was a frustrating and funny experience. I think those guys, the DJ people, really made it funny because they went on like Facebook Live and we started all like it was like a
Yeah,
little
you
party.
made something out of nothing, kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I definitely thought we were gonna die that day, so I'm still here.
No, it's a definitely stressful. Like when you think everything's gonna go right, and the second something doesn't, like you're just thinking like to 100. That's it. We're done. We're all.
Yeah, I was so like I was trying to get Wi-Fi connection to text my aunt in Iran and tell her like like if I die you can take my shoes and my clothes and whatever you want when you come here. Like it was to that extent. And she just gave birth that day. So she was in the hospital. She's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I was like, "We're going to die on this
I had
plane."
to update all my followers in case they were worried.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. Well,
It
that
was
made for a good story.
It was
Either-
a time.
was
I'll
stressful.
start it that way. So whoever
Okay.
wants to
Arta, what you got?
piggyback off that.
Okay. So, kind of along the lines of Amazon's, but like something that was going right and then just disaster. So this was about a week before Eid, Persian New Year, or you can say the start of spring,
Mhm.
2017. Me and my mom went to Montreal for the first time to
I remember when you went on that trip.
I remember
Yeah.
your mom telling me about that trip. Actually,
Yeah, so it was our first time in Canada, first time in Montreal. My cousin moved there maybe I want to say a few years prior to us going. Met her husband there, got married, kids. So that they started their family, so they wanted us to visit. And it happened that my cousin and her mom, my aunt, also were visiting from Iran for about like 3 months. So like they were like pushing, please come visit us. Like this can't happen a lot, us being here.
Yeah.
So we go over there. Everything's fine. It's about to be spring, right? So we're thinking, okay, like it's decent weather. It's gonna be warm. Pack light. They said pack light.
Big mistake.
Yeah, I guess so. Big mistake. So we get there. The first day is okay. Second day is okay. Then I think around the third or fourth day, out of nowhere, a terrible blizzard hits all of like Montreal.
Yes.
we like to hear.
Oh my god.
And I'm telling you, if you think I was freaking out, the locals were freaking out because even them, they were like, this never happens. Like snow is pretty much gone at this point.
Yo, when
And-
the locals start freaking out, that
Yeah.
means you have to start freaking out.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. I was like, oh, great. Like, did we bring the blizzard from Florida? Like, were we not supposed to come?
It's like hurricane season down here.
Yeah.
The people who aren't
Once
from
you
here.
actually see a local freak out about a hurricane,
Yeah.
that's when you know you're done.
Like last year was a little bit scary. That hurricane that just drilled the Bahamas was coming right for South Florida.
Yeah. And we're
Right?
all worried. Like,
If that would have came at us,
I
we
was
would've been
still,
in trouble.
my family was really calm on that one. We
No,
were
no, that was that.
staying,
No, that's
we
nothing to
go
be
to
calm
the
about.
beach.
If that
We were
hit,
very-
that would have been a big problem.
That was a bad one. I went to the beach the day it was supposed to hit us, the day before it was supposed to hit us, and it was scary. And it was frightening.
Yeah,
The
same.
waves
it
were
was
on.
a category 4.
It was like some next level shit. It was frightening.
So Arta, go on.
so pack light and the blizzard hits, and obviously like the city wasn't prepared for this. So like all the roads are covered with snow, thick snow. Because usually in the winter they know to prepare. Like they salt the roads.
Exactly.
They
to avoid
they
the
do all the left
black
to right.
ice. It's called.
Exactly. So like everywhere you just see chaos, like cars just like trying to brake and they can't, and they're just bumping into other cars. Cars trying to go uphill, they can't make it. They start rolling down. I'm like, what is going on right now?
It's like a scene, like an earthquake scene in a bad action movie.
It was like that movie 2012. That
Yeah,
like
I was just thinking
yeah.
that. I was just
everything
thinking
is just
that.
like going bad, like scenes popping like left and right. It was like that.
Terrible disaster movie.
You
So-
guys, I was in the one small note. You know how the world was supposed to end like December 21st, 2012, and that's what I guess they made the movie on about? I was in the hospital on December 21st, 2012. Can you imagine when I woke up? I was like, this is it. This is it. I'm going to die. I'm in the
Like,
hospital
you're
on
gonna
that
die.
day.
the white hospital lights, the white gowns, the white sheets.
Yeah,
White
dazed and
heaven.
confused. Like,
I,
is this
I
it for me?
I woke up at 3 a.m. and the TV on the nurse's room was on like CNN and they were talking about that because it was after midnight. I was like, oh my God, like what if this is the last time I open my eyes?
I think they've had the world's gonna end deal like 2012, and I think there was another one in 2011.
Yeah.
They had it a few times.
Yeah.
Well, I think
And,
they like misjudged it. 2012. It was actually supposed to be like later on or something. I
like
don't know.
2020.
Right, something like 2020 or
I
something
would
like
believe that part. So
but
anyway.
I'll get to this one part that so at the time my friend Bahar was up there going to university college. She wanted to take me out and show me like the nightlife out there, and I guess all their clubs or whatnot are underground, like basement type, and they have more like house electro type clubs instead of like what we have here, more like
Well, remember Montreal is a lot of French culture.
yeah, and they're big into like deep house
They
and stuff
speak
like that.
French over there. No, they only speak
Yeah.
French in Montreal.
Yeah,
right?
Montreal is one of the
yeah.
ones where if you want to work with like in the public setting, you have to know French.
Right.
So we're there and in the club, so we go and they have a coat check, and I'm like, what the heck's a coat check? And they like
Okay.
you cannot enter the area unless you give them your jacket. I'm like,
Right.
and you have to pay for it. It's like not
Wait,
free.
what?
It's like yeah. Okay, so for anybody who doesn't live in South Florida, we do not have coat checks down here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
what
know.
is that? Is that
There's
when
no
you
Okay.
have to give them? It's like valet with your coats, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically,
they
and
give you a
you
ticket.
can't walk into a club with your coat. Just think about it. The club is still temperature controlled. You can't walk in with like this thing you were wearing to cover yourself from 10-degree weather.
Right. If you're gonna wear your coat, it's gonna get hot in there because they do like I said, it's temperature control. They warm it up for you.
But I always wonder like what's it like to go out to bars and clubs in like super freezing weather, like in New York and stuff. What do they do? But I guess
Coat
they
check.
Coat check.
Yeah.
Coat check, yeah.
I want to know how many people have left their coats and coat check and woke up the next day like, where the hell? Like I had something with me. Where is it?
I'm
Mhm.
sure the same amount of people that leave their credit cards and debit cards at the tabs
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, that's true.
Or lose their coat check slip.
or
That
flip,
too.
yeah. So we're in the
Yeah.
club down there, and it's cool vibe. It's like dark, you can't really see much, and I didn't have like any cash on me, so I'm like constantly asking Bahar like, can I have some money? Go buy myself a drink, like a cocktail.
Freeloader.
So we're there for like a little bit, and the clubs there aren't like here till like 2-3 in the morning. It's like pretty much done at midnight. Or
Well,
maybe-
here is not till 2-3 in the morning, sir.
Sir, here is till like 5.
More 7, 8.
6, 7
Okay,
if you go to Miami.
Miami it is, but the places
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah. Other places
You
are
are
too.
sure.
Yeah.
Maybe for Lauderdale as well. But
Eh.
so the night's like done at midnight. So we're like everyone started like leave and whatever. And I had some few drinks. I mean, when you drink, your body like warms up. So I'm feeling like good. I'm like, okay, perfect. Again, I said I didn't wear too heavy. Like I just like simple jacket and like a t-shirt under.
Oh God.
So we're starting to like walk up the stairs, and every step I take, it's getting colder. And I'm going,
Another like 10
I'm
degrees.
going, what's going on? I
Wait,
open the
what-
door.
Going from this place that was just like so warm.
Yeah, so
75
cozy.
degrees.
I was
Like-
starting to like get into the vibe of it, like
Yeah.
bopping my head, like I was throwing out some French words. I don't know what the hell.
It's like going from the jacuzzi to the pool.
Yeah.
Oh, terrible. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Except you can make a dash to that and whatever. So I get upstairs and boom, freezing cold gust hits me, and I'm going like I'm not drunk anymore. I sober up immediately. I'm like, okay, this is survival mode. There's no way I'm gonna survive this. They're not letting you back in the club because it's
Correct.
closed. They don't let you like stay inside, like to stay warm. Like no one
It's
can
one
get
way,
back in.
baby. That's it.
So everyone's getting their cabs, Ubers, left and right, whatever. And for whatever reason, we're having a hard time getting an Uber. We can't find a cab.
Because Art's fingers are so cold.
I can't. I'm like,
The
I'm
heat
not ordering
sensitivity on the
nothing.
phone doesn't work.
Yeah, no, I'm like, I'm not ordering nothing because that requires my hands coming out of my pockets and touching the screen. There's
And
no
Art
way.
is already shriveled in more places than we'd want to know. So
So I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out of commission. And I'll tell you the temperature. It was -5 degrees. -5 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is insane.
Yeah. Oh,
And you were just wearing a jacket
That's
and a
not
like a simple like denim
How?
overcoat
What was
jacket.
the temperature when you went in the club?
I was just gonna say, what was it like before?
I think it was maybe 30, 20 degrees.
So it dropped that much while
Yeah,
you were
it
there?
dropped. Yeah, it dropped.
Bro,
a
what do
lot.
you? 20 degrees is freaking cold, man.
Yeah, it is, but
I was in Budapest and like I was miserable and I had a jacket, I had a
You've
warmer.
been
I
to
had leg
Budapest?
warmers. What?
You've been to Budapest?
I have been to Budapest.
don't let him ruin
Subtle
his
flex.
vacation story.
What?
Subtle flex. He's been to Budapest.
But yeah,
You
it
love
The subtle
was
flexes.
crazy, and I'm just freaking out the whole time. We're even in the taxi, the heater's on full blast, and I'm still shivering. It's that cold. I'm like, please get me home. I can't do this anymore.
So what
Is it-
happened? Did you like not get
I'm worn out.
hypothermia or something? Like
Well, after that, I'm like, okay, I need to wear all my clothes next time I go out. Like, just all the t-shirts I have, throw them on, throw on 2 jackets.
Hold on. Have you guys ever seen the movie Cool Runnings?
Yes, great movie.
no.
You two need to watch it. Arts, remember the scene where he gets off the plane in, I think it was what, Vancouver
Yeah.
or somewhere in Canada. He literally takes these guys are from Jamaica.
Yeah. All his stuff and just
He takes all the stuff out of his bag, puts everything on, and then throws the bag on himself and runs out of the airport.
Honestly
Great
though, I've done that before. Like my suitcase didn't have room, so I wore a tank top, I wore a t-shirt, I wore a sweater on top, I wore a hoodie on top.
My chunky hoodies, like anything.
And I think he was holding his lucky egg at the same time. I don't remember.
yes,
I
he
could
was.
he was, right?
Yeah,
I could watch that movie anytime it's on.
I feel like you're just such a movie person. I feel like
No,
you've seen every
Cool
movie.
Runnings is a classic.
It's a classic. But
Is
with
it-
the cold weather, like you can manage cold weather, but the second it enters your body, like hits your bone, you're not getting rid of it. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be a constant annoying feeling
Hits
because
you
you
to
can
your
protect
core.
yourself from the wind gust, but once it enters your body, oh man, it's game over.
Game over.
And that's
So-
what happened to me. I just kept shivering the whole time.
So did you defrost when you got home?
Yeah, I took a steaming
hot
hot
shower.
shower for like 30 minutes, like came back to normal temperature, and I said, I'm never going to a club again until the end of this trip.
Woo!
What a time. Arta learned his lesson.
Crazy,
You'll
crazy.
see him with 3 suitcases now if he's going somewhere cold.
And it was at that moment I realized, wow, global warming's real.
Like I'm a Florida baby.
So, man, now that I think about it, I don't know whether to talk about the Budapest story or the Vegas story, but
Both.
I know, you know what? I'm gonna go
Give us
last.
the Vegas. Give us the Vegas story.
Maybe
Actually, I don't know what the Budapest story is, so
But
The
like you
Budapest story
can't
is simple,
use the
but you
word
know what? Let me
Budapest.
think. Matt, go ahead. I'm gonna go last.
Well, hold up. Amagon did a domestic one. I did an international one. Mata, depending on yours, Arash has to do the opposite. Go.
I've got 3, but I'm gonna make them short and sweet.
okay.
Because honestly, I don't know why I'm not someone that remembers details too well. I don't want to bore you, but I
Okay.
guess I'll start
You
off with
can
the
never
first.
bore us.
You can't bore us.
I'll start off with the first one that Amaran was actually there for. We went to San Diego for her graduation.
Lord, I would like you all to join your hands in prayer before she tells this story. I need you all, hands together, close up moment. Lord, please pray for our souls before we hear this story. Because when I tell you my soul left my body when I was experiencing this, what a time. Go ahead. Totally forgot about this.
Matt, the floor is yours.
I hope we're talking about the same story, but okay.
If you're not, I want to know both stories.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Give us the remix.
Yeah.
I'm being
So-
dramatic though, but she can go.
We get into San Diego for Amaran's graduation. This was last year, around this time in the summer. And I had like a friend who I had in San Diego. And whenever I visit, I kind of visit a lot now. I would hang out with him. So Amaran, of course, knew this. And and this was a family trip. I went with Amaran's family and then me.
Yeah, it was
And
a
you know, they're
graduation.
Persian. I'm not,
Gonna be there.
you know, I definitely knew I had to lie my way around seeing him. I'm not just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna go meet up with this random, you know, she's a family friend. It's never gonna. It's around like 12, I think. No, maybe a little bit earlier, like 11ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell Emma we're finally done with our like activities of the day, and I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna go meet up. Thank God her parents are staying at a hotel. I'm staying at Amaran's apartment, and her sister ended up staying with her family that night. So it was just me and Amaran. And she's like, okay, no worries. I'll keep my phone on, like, I'll take it off silent so that when you come, if I'm asleep, like, I'll be awake to come get you.
Well, my apartment complex was gated there, so
Yeah, it was like a whole
she had to call me. She had to call me to come in because the office was closed, so she had to call me for me to let her in. So
And it had a lot of entrances, and I'm pretty sure I was very lost once I finally got to you.
yeah.
But yeah, I think around like 11ish, I went to go hang out with him. He picks me up, and things, we're hanging out, having a good time. I haven't seen him in a while. And somehow I'm like, hey, you want to watch the sunrise? Like, let's just stay out because I love watching the sunrise. And he was like, yeah, like sure, I'm down, whatever. So we stay up, and I think I finally get back to Amaran's around like 6:30 in the morning.
Can you guys imagine the terror in my my soul?
Did you not text her that you're still staying out?
She was like asleep. I knew she was dead asleep. Maybe I
Well,
did.
you didn't even
but
bother to send a text, like just a heads up. By the way,
I don't remember, but probably not. Knowing me, I feel like that's not.
Well, okay, Amaran, from your perspective, would your soul have left your body if you got a text?
No, it would have been more okay. But like, I mean, she'll tell the story. But if I got a text, I would have been. But you guys have to understand, like, we had a really long day because we were only like my family and Mata were only in San Diego for 3.5 days, and my graduation was half of a day. So we were trying to I was trying to show Mata and my
we
parents.
did the most in that time.
We went everywhere. We went to
Well, clearly you did the most in that time.
yeah.
Okay.
The most. So I was knocked out. Like I was passed out because I remember I told myself, I was like, I'm going to stay awake till she comes home because I feel responsible for her because she's staying on my place and like an older sister. Yeah. I was like dreaming of sheep and like they say in Iran, like hafta shah khab dide budam. I was dreaming of 7 kings by the time left the front door. Yeah. I was like totally forgot.
Yeah.
So
So
you went to go watch the sunrise.
Yes, I get back at like 6:30ish, and that day, early in the morning, we planned to go on a hike with Amaran's family.
oh my god,
At 10 a.m.
Yeah. So imagine getting like no sleep, may or may not have had like a bruise somewhere, very obvious, and imagine having to go on a hike with like the mask, like finished and like anyways, all went well. I don't think they noticed anything like super sketchy about me.
Well, to preface, my mom is very, very she'll notice details of everything. Like if you have like a piece of dirt on some part of your body, she'll be like, oh my God, what is that? Are you okay? And she panics really hard. So
did you get the bruise, like a tree branch, like whacked your neck?
Yeah.
That's what happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she was on the beach.
was it a very noticeable?
Yeah.
Oh.
Tree branch?
Very.
So that's one of the stories. I think that's just so iconic of us.
Us. You.
My soul left my soul left the body when this girl calls me at 6 a.m. and I'm like, the sun is up and she's waiting outside my gate. Oh my God.
Wait, so were your parents still sleeping when Matt?
They were at a hotel.
They were at a hotel.
Pay attention, Arta.
Yeah, there's no way I could have pulled that off.
No, I thought they were like already
No,
there.
no, the parents are at a hotel.
Oh, he thinks they were there at 7 a.m.
Like
no,
ready,
no.
like.
Oh no!
Let's
I
go.
don't know, were they?
No, we planned to meet at my house at 9:30 to go on the hike.
Okay, so at least as long as she got home before 9:30, she was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was fine. My mom just had a freak out because she didn't eat breakfast, and my mom found out, and she was like freaking out. She's like, "We need to take her somewhere and get her breakfast. Like, why didn't you eat?" And no, I remember I had to lie. I was like, she just couldn't fall asleep last night because she's not good with time zones, and I had to give her.
This jet lag is now just hitting her.
It was like a whole thing.
You could have been like, I gave her something, and there was like a weird reaction to
Yeah.
No, her mom would go full panic mode and send me to the hospital.
Take her to the hospital. Okay, no, it's just.
Hold on, I have a couple of questions.
Right.
Okay.
Did you get a late night bite?
No.
No. Did you sleep at all when you got there?
No. I went on a hike, and I not to brag, but I'm
From
pretty.
When you got there at 6 a.m. to the time where the hike was, you just got no sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get home sober?
By sober, do you mean alcohol-wise?
What other sober is there?
Well, not like.
Well, you know when you're so like sleep deprived, you're like hallucinating. You're like,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of things are legal in California. I feel like Amaran does not know this part.
Okay, so you had yourself a time.
Oh, I assumed you were. I definitely assumed you were.
Did you have some?
I just remember coming back to Amaran's apartment.
So we're all pro pain management.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was legal. It was legal there. Everyone would do
Okay,
it.
so then it's all
Yeah.
good. Even
Yeah,
here, it's going to be legal everywhere soon. like, completely
Anti-pharmaceutical
legal.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it's perfectly
Mata,
fine.
go on.
Which I guess this can lead me into my second story. I think this was like 2 to 3 summers ago. I was in Iran. And for some reason, I always drag my cousins, my poor innocent, well, not all of them are innocent, but some of them, they truly, don't
A little
have.
wet behind the ears.
Yeah. I always just drag them into things. And I had met this girl from before who had moved to Iran, and she smoked. And I was like, you know what? Like, although I did have cousins in Iran who, like, even in Iran, we have an area in the country, and my cousins, like, grow their own plants and stuff. But I was like, you know what? Like, I want to experience the real deal of picking up in Iran. So we go into the middle. If you've ever been to Tehran in, like, Tajrish, it's a very popular, crowded shopping area.
It's a bazaar.
It's never, like, not moving.
Is that Balashar? Like top?
Yeah. Yes. So this girl was like, oh, don't worry. Like, I know people, they'll, like, this is where they want to meet up, blah, blah, blah. And of course, my poor cousin, who's, like, new to all of this, never touched it to what I know, nothing, is like, I'm there. She can't say no to me in that sense. She's like, okay, like, coming along. And she's like, we're finally there to go pick up. And she's looking at me and she's like, Mata, there's so many people here. Like, they're going to find out. Like, this is so sketchy. Like, there's thousands.
Wait, was it in the daytime?
Yeah, daytime, middle of the
Whoa.
street. Like,
You
on
went
that.
to you did this at Tajrish in daylight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah, no, I was definitely asking for
Those
it. I was
types of
very.
activities can only happen at night.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
people that don't know, Tajrish, like she said, is a very busy area because it's a square, like it's a roundabout with a bazaar on
There's
one.
a lot of, like, security. There's a lot of people
Yes.
that are just watching out.
There's
so
shopping malls,
was
restaurants, everything.
very young and naive, and just going with whatever. I don't think I
Patrol
really.
man with
realized-
assault rifles. That'd be good.
Yeah, I don't think I realized the full thing you could get to. But
Con-
basically, all I remember is we're waiting on the side, and this guy just comes up with his car, pulls up, throws it out. We throw the money in. He leaves. Like, boom, 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 boom. Thank God nothing happened in that sense right then and there that we got caught. But, of course, I'd love to just get myself into more and more. So my mom had decided to go hang out with, like, one of her old childhood friends that night.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm like, yay, I have the whole apartment to myself. Let me throw a party.
I'm sorry, what?
Meanwhile, let me remind you that on the other levels of that apartment are my grandma, who's right above us, my uncles, it's just family. So I'm like, yeah, like, I'm going to throw a party. Like, I don't even know that many people in the city, but I'm just going to do it. I tell my cousin, and she's just like, like, I don't think you should do that. Like, how are you going to pull that off? I'm like, screw it, whatever, I'm going to do it.
She's probably like, you already put me through enough today. Like, why this one too? Like, let me live my peaceful life.
Once in Tehran.
I would have 100% gotten away with it somehow, except we did go smoke outside in the balcony.
Oh, no.
And my sister was the one who came up and ratted me out and told my mom. I would have, like, no one else found it. I would have
Your
been
sister?
so clear. My
No
own
way.
blood flesh.
Of all people?
Her of all people?
all people.
No way. No
Come
way.
on.
She calls my mom and she's like, Matt is having, like, people over. They're, like, smoking.
Hold on, no. There's context around this. You pissed her off at some point.
You
during that day.
guys definitely got into a fight.
You guys were not in
and
like
she was
good
just-
terms on
she
that
walked
day.
in and she was trying to be all like,
Holier than thou, like.
Or maybe she just wanted no part of when you get in trouble.
but I wouldn't have. The people had already left yet. Like, had already gone. Like, everything was done. Like, no
Risk
one.
assessment.
I will say though, maybe she did save you guys because people in Iran are very nosy, and like if your neighbor from across like the apartment over there like see just smoke coming out, they will rat you out. They will call the police. They're like annoying and weird.
Because
Like
there's always money being handed,
Yeah.
changing hands, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
So your own
But
sister ratted you
my
out.
own flesh. Yeah.
I will completely look at your sister differently going forward.
But I think like what Arta was saying, like she probably had a point in reason. I think if it was here that she wouldn't do it. You know what I
Maybe.
mean? It was
Yeah,
like
but
She
I
just
think
probably
it was
just
more
thought.
like-
Hold on, Matta, this was how many years ago?
Time.
I think like 2 or 3 years ago.
You're still kind of a baby.
And I remember when my mom found out, like, I think to the extent that it went, she like didn't want to talk to me for like 2 days, and that was it.
Okay, 2 days.
It wasn't too bad. I was like, honestly, I don't regret it. I'm not mad about it. Like,
How long did the party last for? Until
3 hours. Like,
Oh,
it wasn't
that's-
anything like.
So Beats' whole thing was, I don't want no part of Matt getting in trouble. So let me
But
remove
I wouldn't
myself
have
from
gotten in trouble.
risk assessment.
I don't know.
She said,
I
"I'm gonna
think it
remove
was more
myself
like
from this situation."
she was trying to be the older sister. Like, I don't know. Until you
I
have
guess.
that relationship, you don't realize how like sneaky siblings.
Well,
I guess.
okay, you see, I'm an older sister, so I get her Matt's point of view and Beats' point of view because we
Okay,
are,
but you and Beats are completely different people.
yes, we are different people, but I wouldn't rat out my sister if she did that. I would just handle it myself so that my mom doesn't freak out on both of us. You know,
She did bring one of my cousins into the room though.
There
And
you
my poor cousin was even more innocent, and she was kind of low-key terrified because she had
the
never
poor girl.
handled anything in that sense. But
So
with that being said, I will top it off with one more quick story and we can move on. This one also took place in Iran, and we all have a mutual friend, Lillian, who
who's
was
one of our
visiting-
biggest fans.
Yes,
Biggest fans.
Biggest fans. Watches
Visiting-
all of our teasers.
yeah, who was visiting around the same time. And, her mom at that time, this was a few years back, a little strict, we were young, and they're not just we didn't think they would be that comfortable just letting the two of us just go roam around in Iran, in the city. So, of course, I dragged one of my cousins. And this is a very funny cousin. She's a girl. She's only 2 years older than me, and she's very she's one of those people that no matter what's going on, she's just always dying of laughter and making it so awkward but noticeable in front of other people that something is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So we get in a cab. Well, actually, at first we didn't plan to meet with her until later. I'm pretty sure our moms didn't know, but we took the taxis alone and kind of did our own thing at first.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why or what was going on, but for some reason we were salons are a really big thing in Iran, and girls are really into grooming and making sure they always look their best and just, being very clean. And we were probably 15, 16. And we were let's go get bikini waxes in Iran.
they have
I
those?
remember.
Who's wearing a bikini in Iran?
Yes, they have it.
Okay, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the places
Mm-hmm.
in the world.
Well, honestly, I think because Lillian wanted one, and I was like,
Yes.
Okay, no.
if she's
Of
gonna
all
do
the
it, I'm gonna
places
do
in the world to get a bikini wax. Okay. You do it in one of the 10 countries where you can't wear a bikini out in public.
Well, that's not really necessarily why people get bikini wax.
I get it. Listen, I get it. But
yes, we were screw it. We're just going to do it. So we did. And at that point, finally, when we got to the salon, we convinced my cousin to come in, and she was literally cracking up for us the whole time. And she was so uncomfortable, but you have two crazy Americans visiting you, and you're just this is she's this is probably not what she wanted to show us.
Yeah, she wanted to have a good old day at a restaurant.
Yeah, and we kept trying to convince her. We're do it with us, do it, do it. And she was dying of embarrassment. She's there's no way. But yeah, I went to Iran and I convinced Lillian to get a bikini. Well, Lillian convinced me to take a bikini wax with her.
And now you dimed her out to her mother and her father and whoever else is listening.
That's okay. That's okay. She only
but-
listens to the teaser, so that's fine.
But hey, it's all good. You survived.
Yeah.
Unlike me in Vegas.
Let's hear the Vegas story. Dun, dun, dun,
Ready.
dun.
Now,
Let's dive
Um,
into the Vegas story.
So there's a few Vegas stories.
I was just gonna say, which one are we gonna hear?
There's a
today?
few. There was one when I was 21, and there was another one when I was 23.
I
What's the
definitely
one you
wanna hear
remember
the one about
vividly?
you being 21.
Okay, so no, the 21 one was just
A mess.
a shit show.
Yeah.
But one when I was 24, that was also a shit show times two.
We
So
want to hear the
this-
times too.
So basically, now the one that I was 21, my friends have videos of this. So they
There
said
was
they're gonna-
phones back then?
We recorded. First of all, we recorded them on a device called a BlackBerry. Okay.
Wow, this
What
is
is
ancient
that?
history then.
Subtle
Ancient
flex.
history. When you guys were all in elementary school and middle school, okay.
Using our
Maybe high
Motorola
school.
razors.
Oh, come on. I know. I'm not like you were probably in high school in 2013. No.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Arta, you were probably at the end of high school, right?
Finished.
You finished. Mata,
Middle school.
middle school. Okay. I was in Vegas doing terrible things.
Arash, grandpa.
Yes. So
Great.
it was we were out of the club and we went to a pool party during the day. Pool party ended up with, was it that day? Yeah, that was the day. That pool party. I'm just trying to think.
This is where you guys got like that package, right? Where it comes
Yeah. So that pool party, I believe what we did was we got like, I think we ended up getting like 60 beers.
For how many people?
It was for like 8 of us.
Included or you had to pay?
You had to pay for it.
No.
But it was most bang for your buck.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
So we ended up, we left the place with like 10 beers in our hand. And then we go to a restaurant and we were standing in line to get into this restaurant. Mind you, this is like a relatively nice restaurant and we're all in pool attire.
Right.
Okay. We're holding
Just like
beers.
chugging.
We're holding the beers. We can't even drink it anymore. We're just holding like 10 beers. So we just start passing it out in line.
So like people may be in like fancy dinner attire.
Yeah. Like, you want a beer? You want a beer? You want a beer? It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
You get a beer. You get a beer. You get a beer.
So we had the most delicious burger. It was the Gordon Ramsay restaurant.
I want to go there.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But anyway, we go, we take a nap. Now we're ready for the nightclub. Okay. Luckily that night, the nightclub we were going to was in our hotel. Okay. So there was no commute.
Yeah, perfect.
My friend, who hopefully we'll have him on the pod in a few weeks. He has a rule. He had a rule back then that anytime we would go out, we would take a shot of 151 prior to leaving the house or the hotel.
What is 151?
It's jet fuel.
Okay.
So basically it's 151 proof alcohol. What's Patron, like 90 proof? Does Patron even have a proof? I don't know how that works with tequila.
I don't know what that is.
So
well, on average, like you're getting between 70 to 90 proof. So 150 is pretty up there.
It burns.
Yeah.
It burns. It makes you
You
cry.
do not want that up your nose.
You cannot take a full shot of that. If you do, you need to have a very tasty chaser behind it. Okay. I gave that to your cousin one time. I gave him a quarter shot. He was done the whole night.
Nuh-uh. No way.
Yeah, he was done. Quarter shot. I'm not exaggerating. A quarter shot.
Shout out to when me, Arash, and Armagon's cousin would go to Fort Lauderdale, and I would have to translate to the girls so you get the number.
Yes.
Listen, love y'all and love my cousin, but I don't think I want to hear about the things that he's doing.
Oh, Ali.
Anyway, so we show up to the club already pretty buzzed. And I was gone from already earlier. So now it's just like the cherry on top. So we're drinking. And then at this point, I'm done. I am just, my soul has left my body. I'm just wandering around aimlessly in this club. And I run into a friend.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Like
wow.
randomly, I run into a friend of mine. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And me being the jerk that I am while I'm in that state, I went to like, just say hi to him, but I punched him in his stomach. But like it was all in good fun.
Right. I thought you were gonna say like one of those bear hugs where you just like lift them.
No. Like
how do you punch
someone? Boom, punched him in his stomach. Security thought I was starting a fight.
Oh yeah.
So now I have been dragged out of this club. Okay.
Your friend didn't say anything, so like Hakash would, you deserve it.
Right. So I get dragged out of the club. Now they asked me that if I stay in this hotel. So they walked me back to my room.
Oh.
Okay.
Was it early?
I don't know.
Okay. I just want to get
I
a
was
little
like,
of how.
security, it's early. What are you doing?
No, it was definitely late because there was no more line in front of the club or anything.
I just want to understand like what phase of like Arash
it was
this
at
was
least
at.
like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Okay.
So,
Not too bad.
So I'm like, you know what? Screw these guys. I'm gonna beat security back to the club.
Okay.
So
As you
I grab my stuff and I just go. Now, there was a place where I had to go on an escalator. You can't process thoughts properly when you're drunk.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Did you eat shit?
No,
Oh my
I did
God.
not fall. I did not fall. But I think this is funnier than falling. Okay. So I did a calculation in my head. I'm like, all right, this escalator that goes up isn't working. I could probably get up faster by walking up the escalator that's actually moving, but it's actually moving down.
Nah.
Okay. So I am walking up an escalator that's like constantly going down.
Correct.
All right. That didn't end well.
Oh gosh, you had an all-time low right there, buddy.
This is
After
like
5
deep,
minutes,
deep in the roots of like, oh yeah.
after 5 minutes, I gave up and I just went up the other stairs. Now, the club had a separate entrance. I'm sorry, the exit was completely on the opposite side of where the exit was. Okay. So I said, you know what? First, let me try going through the exit. No, I'm sorry. I went through the entrance first. And the guy's like, dude, you're not getting in here.
Okay.
I even like bought out $100. I'm just waving it. I'm like, you want $100 to let me in here? And the guy's like, I'm not letting you in here. I said, okay.
Oh.
So I go around, I go to where the exit was, and I sneak past the security guard there and go through the exit. Now the exit.
Meanwhile, all your friends are still in the club, right? Like,
they had no idea where I was.
yeah.
They had no clue.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. So I go up the stairs, and then the security guard sees me going up, and then he comes and gets me, and he's like, "Dude, you're done. Like, just stop." So I said, "Okay, fine, I'll stop." And then I just remember getting to a hot dog stand.
What the heck is going on?
And then my friends luckily are all at the hot dog stand. Now the hot dog stand is inside the hotel.
Oh, that's lovely.
Okay.
What was that?
So I'm just like, you guys want hot dogs, man? Like as if like nothing happened. As if I hadn't disappeared for an hour.
Like you just came out of the club freshly.
Well, they saw me getting kicked out of the club.
But see, this always happens to you. You somehow always get lost.
I always wander off. Always know that I will wander off.
Nothing happened.
So,
but that's good. You have a streak of making it back.
I always make it home. I always make it home.
Yeah, I wish I knew that before certain scenarios that you're a wanderer before I had a panic attack.
Just know that I always make it home.
Arash is a nomad. He always makes it back.
So anyway, the next morning I'm reading through the group chat, and then one of the funniest texts I ever saw was, "I found him. He's at the hot dog stand. It's not good."
It's not good.
Yeah. There was another good text in that, from that trip, from the next night, where my friend, he disappeared, but he just went back to the hotel room. All he said in the group chat, "I'm done. Freak Vegas. I'm done."
Oh, 2 I'm done. He was really
yeah, he was
done.
Twice. Now, I'm going to
Was
drop
the
a story.
spelling correct?
As long
as
my
spelling
friend
was
the
good.
next night. I'm going to drop a story of my friend, who's the one who's going to be on in a few weeks. He's lactose intolerant. So the last time we were there, he said, "Let's go have a steak dinner." I said, "Great. I'm down for that." We go have a steak dinner. He lathers his steak with sour cream. Okay.
Oh my God, that's
Ew.
I'm
so
talking
good.
a complete lather.
Does this man realize that sour cream has like?
No, he knows. He is completely aware.
Okay.
But does that even taste good?
Whatever. Sour cream tastes good with everything. Anyway, different story. Different topic. So, and then he just disappears. Just like disappears. So at the end of the night, when I got back in the hotel room, I saw a scene that I didn't know what to do. So I see like one shoe like right at the door, the other shoe as if he took like one large step on the on the other side, pants thrown over that way, underwear that way, shirt thrown like in the shower.
Oh.
This is all leading to the toilet.
Right. You're just following the trail.
Yeah. So all holy hell broke loose over there apparently, and he's just sleeping like a baby on the bed. Okay.
What happened to him?
Like a baby. So he told me that he was in the club and it hit him all at once.
No.
The bubbles in the stomach.
Oh
huh?
yeah. Now, mind you, you're in this mindset. Okay, we didn't even start drinking yet, but he just knew that he couldn't even he didn't have the opportunity to raise his hand to say something's going on. I gotta go.
Just dipped.
He just dipped. Now, rule number 731.2, section B of going to the club is you do not take a shit at the club. Okay.
Ew, no.
Okay.
You just
Now, this club in particular didn't have stalls, like a traditional door stall where you just lock it. They had curtains. Okay.
Yeah,
so that was out of the question. So this man leaves the club, which is in a hotel, skips all the lovely hotel bathrooms in the lobby to get into a taxi to go back to our hotel, which was with traffic about a 10-minute drive.
Oh.
Skip all the lovely bathrooms within our hotel lobby.
Oh.
To get to the hotel room. I said, "Bro, you weren't even drunk."
And he was sober?
Yeah, he was sober.
My man, you passed like 1,500 bathrooms.
Well, I know some people who just can't use other.
No, he's not like that. He just wasn't thinking straight.
Oh.
He just wasn't thinking straight. Luckily, he made it. And that was the last time we were all in Vegas. So all of us are hungover the next day, but like a good hungover, not, I need an IV hungover. Just, it's
Yeah, like that was a good night last night hungover.
Yeah, it was a fun night. So yeah, we were all like a good hungover, and he is perfectly fine. Like nothing is wrong with him, and he's just laughing at all of us.
Does he like remember what happened to him?
Oh yeah, he was
Yeah,
completely
he's
sober.
completely
He just,
sober.
that was it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but we could ask him about that whenever that comes
I
along.
really, yeah, this is coming back up
Definitely, we're
again.
gonna ask him about that.
I
We
feel
should bring
like,
we,
okay,
we should do an episode where we bring in all the lactose intolerant people on and just have them
They give all the horror stories.
yeah, all of their horror stories.
it's there, you guys. I feel your friend because it is a struggle. I'll tell you. I'm
You're
not
lactose
fully,
intolerant too?
not fully, but dairy just
Some
does
things
not.
hit you sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dairy
Same.
doesn't sit well with me, so I try to eat.
I
and
used to be
lactose
as like a kid growing up, but I've eased my
right.
way.
It's not.
So, with that being said, I think the audience has had enough of our foolishness for
I feel like
One
that was
sitting.
too many chaotic stories and
right,
this
right.
time. We'll give them some time to unpack that and see if they have any
Yeah.
questions for us.
Exactly, exactly.
Questions for that.
So send us your stories. Send us everything that you have, and we'll maybe talk about it in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah, and don't forget to join our challenges, our weekly challenges on our Instagram.
So Arta, go ahead and tell us what the challenge this week is.
Yeah.
So for this week, what we're gonna do is, since we're in the midst of summer, hot days, we'll challenge ourselves to start of the day to the end of the day, finish a gallon of water. So we can go and buy a gallon from a supermarket, Publix,
Yeah.
super cheap, and just carry that lug around with you all day and just document yourself getting it down, because you think a gallon is easy, but
Gallon is not easy.
it's not easy to get all that water down.
You
And
guys,
it's
I
good
feel
for you.
I'm just gonna be in the bathroom all day long if I drink a
You will
gallon
be,
of
but you feel
water.
great.
Like that's
But
gonna.
we're gonna
So we-
feel great after the first.
Yeah, you're gonna feel fantastic. You're gonna flush all the toxins out of you, so it's a
Yeah.
good thing.
I mean, let's
All right.
recap really quick for everyone. Our challenge the first week was to run or jog 3 miles a day, and we all pretty much successfully did. I think we all skipped one day, which is fine. I feel like you need a break day for 7 days.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then our challenge last week was to that John told us was to meditate 20 minutes a day. And I think we all kind of got that one down. We all have our own methods. You know, some of us like to lay on the floor and do nothing, and some of us like to use the Calm
Exactly.
app. And
Yeah, or like YouTube.
but yeah, what we share our like daily updates of our challenges on our Instagram stories. So be sure to follow us there and check those out. They're
And
actually
join along. Use
Yes.
hashtag Noosh Challenge. This could be really fun and like
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, guys. Everybody should join.
opens your
Um,
mind to like new
So yeah,
things.
it's all about health and feeling good. And so this week we're gonna do water and still try to meditate, still try to run your 3 miles, but this week we're gonna focus on drinking water.
Yeah,
I mean, if you run 3 miles, you'll have to drink more water.
We're about body and health, mind positivity here.
yeah, I like these challenges because like that way you can see like, okay, if anything you really enjoy that can stick. Like I never really did meditation unless it was like
Yeah.
a yoga class.
And I feel like you come out of your comfort zone maybe and you try it and you think, oh, well, that wasn't too bad. And like it just becomes like a normal thing in your
Yeah.
everyday activities. And
How long do they say it takes for something to stick? Do you know how
21
they
days.
21.
Okay, so we're doing
21.
part
So
of that.
anyway, follow our weekly challenge journeys, and make sure that if you're doing the challenge with us to use the hashtag Noosh Challenge, and we'll definitely repost you all. And actually, it'll give us motivation, and hopefully you motivation to know that other people are doing it too. It's like a group team effort.
Yeah.
So make sure
And-
you definitely use that hashtag.
And stay tuned for our upcoming episodes. We have very special guests coming, one international and one domestic. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good content over the next few weeks with some
Yes.
special guests.
Very
that we're bringing
interesting.
Yeah, I'm
in.
We're
excited.
excited, yeah.
So
Yep.
make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel also to always see the new episodes every Monday.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening in this week. Make sure like, follow, subscribe, and most importantly, share.
Have a great day, everyone.
Have a great weekend.
Have
Bye.
a great week. Bye.